Hello there from PortAventura, day 2. Very happy to be back here once again for the second day of PortAventura Halloween. In today's video, I'm going to try and get on the Uncharted coaster, which I didn't manage to do yesterday. Likewise, Furious Baco, that was closed from 1 o'clock yesterday and opens from 1 o'clock today, I believe. However, there is some talk that it might not open at all. I am hoping to get on it because it's something I do always like to do. Unfortunately, there's no show in the saloon, so the vampire show isn't on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, which just happens to be the 2 days that I'm here. But I chose to come here while it's off peak, so my fault really. But I'd rather be here on 2 quiet weekdays than the very busy weekends that PortAventura Halloween gets, so can't really complain about that, but it would have been nice to see it. In terms of the major attractions, I'll definitely be going back on Shambhala, Dragon Khan, probably Stampeder, queue dependent. And then just have a nosy around the park, look at some of the other Halloween stuff that I didn't cover yesterday, and just have a general wander around and see where the day takes me, to be honest. I'm quite chilled out about being here, just like being here, to be honest. I'll try and cover the Halloween parade again. Didn't manage to cover it all yesterday. Battery gave up the ghost after about 5 minutes of the parade, so I'll try and capture it all today and get more park footage and just generally show you PortAventura on an off-peak Halloween day. If you are a fan of the channel, please give it a like whilst you're watching through, as it does massively help the channel going forward, and we are so close to 40,000 subscribers now. So please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. So let's see where this PortAventura Halloween Day 2 takes me. But first, it's going to be Uncharted.
¡Preparados! ¡Fuego!
Hayáis encontrado la sala del tesoro, chicos.
¡Cogedlo! ¡Llegaréis más lejos! ¡Mirad ahí!
Ahora mirad. ¿Otra vez? ¿En serio?
¡No dejéis que se escape!
¡Ey, cógelo!
Managed to get straight onto Uncharted, the new roller coaster here at PortAventura. Top tip, if you see the queue like it is behind me with nobody in it outside, that does not mean it has no queue, because most of the queue is inside the show building. However, I've managed to get on first train by using the single rider queue. The main queue is estimated at over an hour already, whereas the single rider queue had literally nobody in it, so just walked straight up and straight onto the ride, which is fantastic just as it opened. It's a lot darker in there than I remember. The ride technology is brilliant, the use of the screens is decent, sideways launches, backwards launches, really good coaster, but definitely needs a bit more in there. I think it's just so dark in there, which I had forgotten, to be honest, but it has been a couple of months since me and Mark were here and did it on the opening day for the press event. But still a good coaster, just reckon it needs a little bit more in there. But don't know what my plan is now, just really happy to have gotten that without a big long wait, to be honest. It's one of those rare occasions here at PortAventura where Tatuki Splash has got next to no queue. It is warm, but it's not warm enough for Tatuki Splash. But here's some shots of it because it is an epic ride to watch. certainly busier here at PortAventura today compared to yesterday. As you can see here, the Dragon Khan queue is, oh, wrong way. It's a lot busier than it was yesterday, but I still don't think that's too bad. Compared to what you queue in like July and August though, it's still not a bad queue, but yeah, certainly a lot busier than it was yesterday, but it's also a lot warmer than it was yesterday, so that might have something to do with it. Anybody ever actually go on this at PortAventura? Let me know in the comments section below. It never seems to have anybody on it. It's quite funny, really. I'm going to go straight on to Stampeder. It opens in a minute. Yesterday I did the blue side. Today I'm going to do the red side. Hopefully, because it's only just opening, it'll be a nice short wait. Yeah, blue side wasn't the best, but it's just the trains. The ride itself, lots of airtime, and it's quite a fun coaster, but the actual trains usually make it an unpleasant experience. But I've not done the red side on it for a while, so I'm going to give that a go now. Now I can't say I've ever tried it, but I honestly think being pushed down the cobbled streets of Edinburgh in a wheelbarrow will probably be more fun than riding the red train on Stampeder. That was disgusting. It was so uncomfortable from start to finish. Even the little drop out of the station into the lift hill was horrendously uncomfortable. So in terms of this ride, the blue train is definitely a lot better than the red train. And like I've said in many a time in PortAventura vlogs, I think the layout of the ride is actually really good. There's a lot of airtime, proper classic wooden roller coaster elements, the tight turns, snappy transitions through those corners, but the trains with no padding and those awful lap bars just make it so unpleasant to ride at times. So I think I wouldn't RMC it, but a retrack with some new trains and then Stampeder would be up there as one of the best woodies in Europe. But honestly, with those current trains, oh that's too bright, those current trains, absolutely vile. But if you are going to do it, do the blue side, because the red side is awful. Something I did forget to mention about Stampeder, it is again on one train on each side, so there's reduced capacity, but it means that you can leave your stuff in the station, which is actually a lot better, because nobody wants the camera bag bouncing around while they're on the ride. So yeah, that is one of the more better things about going on it today. And also there doesn't even seem to be much of a queue even now it's open. So got on the first train, still not much of a queue. Seems that most people went to Uncharted today first, but there is a convention here today. There's a lot of people with lanyards on, like a business logo, so the park's definitely busier than it was yesterday, but hopefully it's not going to be like July and August levels of busy.
Good morning.
Very good morning. It's a bit warm, isn't it?
Yeah, sunny day. Good morning, here is sunny day here in PortAventura world.
A bit too warm for you, I think.
No. It's cold.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Cold. Oh my god.
Thank you.
And warm for you? Is it warm for you?
Very, very warm for me.
Very warm.
Too warm.
Take care.
Even though it's actually a lot warmer than yesterday, the there's actually no queue for the rapids at all. So was making my way around to Furious Baco ready for it opening, but yeah, can't resist to go on the rapids because I am absolutely boiling. So walk on ride on the rapids, can't say no to that. That unfortunately took a little bit longer than expected due to technical issue, so what looked like a walk-on ride actually took 20 minutes to do. So time to head over to Furious Baco and see if it's open yet. Here it comes, Furious Baco is open. Happy days. The good news is Furious Baco is now open. The bad news is it appears to have opened early, so it already has an hour's queue according to the queue boards, and I have no patience, so I bought a one-shot fast pass for it. It's cost me €10, but if it avoids an hour's queue line to get on Furious Baco, then I'm all for it. And with this, there's more chance of getting somewhere near the front of the train, hopefully, or I might end up at the back, I don't actually know. But either way, I did not fancy queuing 1 hour for Furious Baco, especially when it is so warm today and that queue is not exactly known for its cool air. So I'm gonna go and do it now. I'm actually gonna put everything in the locker for this because I just want to go up there with just basically my phone in my pocket and see how it goes, because it can be a bit chaotic in there getting everything into the luggage area. You sometimes go and put your bag in and then someone's taking your seat or something like that. So eliminate that, put everything in a locker, go and have a ride on Furious Baco, let you know how it goes, and then move on to the next thing. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to this because unlike most coaster enthusiasts, I actually really like Furious Baco. So I'm currently sat where I always like to come and have a bit of a chill at PortAventura, and it's across the lake directly looking at Furious Baco. And talking of Furious Baco, that was the last ride I went on. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I bought a fast pass to skip what looked like a very long queue, and it turned out to be a very good decision because whilst I was waiting for it, it actually broke down twice, and I can hear in the distance that it's broke down message is playing again. So that's 4 breakdowns that I've seen already in like the last hour. So I'm really glad I got the fast pass because otherwise I'd probably still be in that queue. And it is really, really warm now. Really warm. It's like uncomfortably warm here today, which is a little bit unusual for October. It can be warm here in October, but very, very hot today. Furious Baco then. Yeah, said earlier on, oh, having fast pass, I'll get front row. No, I got back row. Back row for the full experience. Luckily I was in one of the middle seats because I could not tolerate being on the outside seat. With having so many issues and obviously with its known vibrations, I do wonder how long it's got left, especially as it's a hydraulic launch coaster as well, something that is being phased out across the whole attractions industry. So it will be sad to see it go. It is a fun ride, the launch is incredible, but I think if they replaced it with something from Intamin, like Two Tatis or Batman Gotham City or Escape, something like that, that'd be incredible. So I do really like Furious Baco, but I do wonder if its days are numbered, especially with it having so many technical issues every time we're here. So yeah, enjoyed it. On to the next thing. Technical issues continues here at PortAventura today. The queue for Shambhala is now probably not picking up very well there, but it's a lot shorter than it was earlier, which broke down, which just seems to be the theme of everything here today. Also, I've not mentioned it in this vlog or yesterday's, El Diablo is closed, Ancor's closed, so there isn't a full lineup of rides and there's a lot of downtime, so not the best performance from PortAventura today. pleased to say that in the end, I got my ride on Shambhala, and unlike yesterday, I got a back row ride. So I'm really, really happy with that. The airtime, the ejector airtime, I should say, on the first drop and the little speed hill is just incredible. And of course, you get a lot of floaty airtime throughout the ride. It's on 2 trains, it doesn't need to be on 3. Oh shit, that's cold. That might have been deliberate though, because I am absolutely roasted. Mission accomplished, cooled down a bit. But yeah, honestly, Shambhala, absolutely incredible today at the back row. Really, really enjoyed that. I waited about 10 minutes in the end. After I did a little segment about saying it was closed because of the breakdown, well, literally as soon as I walked around towards Dragon Con, I saw it going back up with people on, so I was like, get back on it, go and do it. Head back towards the queue, go and get a ride on it. But something I often get asked about Shambhala is, in terms of the restraint and being a bit of a bigger guy, is how do I get on it? Well, if you can, as much as it's good at the back row, you probably want to be nearer the front, because for whatever reason, we noticed this in June as well, for whatever reason, the further back in the train you sit, the more they push the restraints down. So if you're near the front, they seem to give them a little bit of a push and they're happy with it. If you're at the back, they seem to slam you right in. And the guy I was sat next to was part of a French family. They didn't speak much English, but they were laughing at the way that the ride-up slammed our restraints down. We were basically like, how are we going to walk after this? But yeah, all is good. Great ride on Shambhala. I'm now soaked from the splash zone. You can probably hear that the train's going up again, so I am going to move because I'm not getting wet again. It's now on to Bang Bang West, which is a Western-themed Halloween show. I can't promise I'm going to show all of the show. I will just show snippets from it. It pretty much depends on the music they use, to be honest. But yeah, I will head round there to the Far West area now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bang Bang Halloween. This show includes high-acting stunts, gunfire, and pyrotechnic effects. For your own safety, please remain seated at all times. And do not attempt any of these stunts at home. Our show is just about to start.
¡Es fuego! ¡Sargento! ¡Que la río! ¡La río parda!
¿Me llamabais? Señoras y señores, ladies and gentlemen, niños y niñas, boys and girls. Gracias al libro de los muertos, tengo que conseguirlo. Así me podré quedar en el mundo de los vivos para siempre. Ahora, me gustaría invitarles a que disfruten de la fiesta. ¡Mira qué muertos! ¡Vaya que me tengo una sorpresa para vosotros. 3, 2, 1, fire! Fire! 3, 2, 1, fire!
Well, that is the end of another fantastic day at PortAventura. What looked like was going to be a busy day to start with eventually turned out to be very, very similar to yesterday, with really quiet queue lines, especially after 2 o'clock. But I noticed that the convention centre group that I mentioned earlier in the video all seemed to leave the park about 2ish, because I was actually down near the entrance getting a drink out of one of the quieter shops and noticed that a lot of them were leaving that were wearing lanyards. So after that it was noticeably quieter, which is all good for me. So I got a lot more rides after Bang Bang Halloween. Went on Shambhala 3 or 4 times, Dragon Con, the Rapids, the log flume. Went on them all, to be honest, but rather than talking about them all again, I thought save the battery, film most of the parade and do a proper outro today. So all in all, I think the thing to consider from PortAventura Halloween is if you want the full experience, if you want the full experience, you're going to have to put up with queuing basically. So to get the full experience, which is all the shows, all the scare mazes, and the full parade with a show at the end and the water show, you're going to have to come either on the weekend or probably on the final week leading up to Halloween, which is around next week basically. Or if you don't mind missing out on some of the shows and the scare zones, come midweek before the English half term at the end of October and you'll get on loads of rides, because there was someone here last week that I know that were here on the Tuesday and Wednesday and they've had a similar experience to me where they've got on loads of rides but not had the full experience as far as shows and scares go. And then there was someone else here 2 weeks ago again on a Tuesday and Wednesday, and they've had a very similar experience to me where the Tuesday was dead, Wednesday a little bit busier, and then they didn't get to see all the shows. So it really does depend on what you want out of PortAventura Halloween when you come over. I know there's not long left now until the end of Halloween season, but if you're watching this thinking about 2024, if you perhaps want both experiences, maybe fly here on a Thursday or a Friday, do a Saturday and a Sunday, and a Monday and Tuesday, and then you probably get the best of both. You get the full Halloween atmosphere, but also you get a quiet park as well in the midweek. So like I say, it really does depend on what you're looking for out of PortAventura Halloween. Next year I'll probably come for an extra day or two just to get both experiences in terms of being able to see more of the shows, the longer version of the parade with a show at the end and all that. Really can't complain though, to be honest. Like, this has been great. I don't remember the last time I've been to PortAventura, especially when it's been this quiet. Just off the top of my head, I'm gonna say something like around Christmas time 2014 when me and Mike were here. It was really, really quiet. Was it Christmas? It might have been New Year actually. I'm sure we were in here on New Year's Day. I think we were the only people on Furious Bacco all day and Shambhala and stuff like that. It was really, really quiet. So it's been a long time coming, actually being at this part when it's quiet again. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I would have liked to have seen the Saloon Vampire show, but like I say, next year I'm going to do more days over Halloween. I'm going to be a little bit more organised, probably book it as early as February, March 2024 and just get it locked in straight away. I'll obviously be making sure it doesn't clash with any of the UK Halloween events, but usually PortAventura Halloween starts a week before the UK Halloween event, so yeah, really hope to get out here again for Halloween next year. In terms of more PortAventura on your experience guide in 2023, well, I'm pleased to say we're back in December. There's going to be a lot of us. Mike's going to be here, Becca's going to be here. There's actually going to be over 40 of us here, so there's going to be a lot of people in PortAventura. I don't think I'll get everyone in on the vlog, but I'll certainly try. That's a bit of a meet-up kind of trip, so looking forward to that one. But that's when we'll next be back. So this year we'll have covered PortAventura in the summer season, the opening of Uncharted, Halloween season and the Christmas season, so pretty good going really. And I do now have a PortAventura annual pass, so there'll be a lot of PortAventura on this channel next year as well. So that's all for now. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and please subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 40,000 subscribers now, so really do appreciate that support that you've been giving us this year and all the years before that. Many thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.